no matter the location. From OAKLA to LV, I'm a Raider.
It's Raiders mailbag time here at the Raiders Report, and before I get into some of these questions, who wants to come on the show? I'm trying to think of a creative way to be able to tee this up, but I don't need a creative way. If you want to come on the Raiders Report, go to chatsports.com/RaidersHiHo. I'll give you a little bit more information coming up here in just a little bit. All right, we got a super chat coming in from Drew Himalayan. Mitch, 8-8 with a terrible defense last year. Much improved defense and about the same offense. No reason not to expect 10 to 12 wins, right? The issue with 10 to 12 wins is it's a difficult schedule. If you guys want to go check out my Raiders schedule prediction, I had them winning 10 games. You can see which games that they're won. But here, we've been saying, the defense is going to improve. Until it actually improves, we can say that it's a lot better on paper, which it is. But until it actually materializes, then I can't really sit here and say the defense is better. In terms of the offense, I actually think could take a step back. You lost Nelson Aguilar. That's going to be really hard to replace. And even though I'm excited to see what this offensive line can do, I do find it hard to believe that it's going to be better than what the Raiders had last season. Let's go to this next super chat coming in from Jose Delgado. Mitch, Raiders, do you think that the Raiders do not go for JJ because they're going to trade DC for AR? And that's what they're going for. So basically, are you asking me, they didn't go for Julio Jones because their plan is to trade Derek Carr for Aaron Rodgers? I actually don't think that has anything to do with the reason why they didn't go out and get Julio. I'm a believer that they were confident in Ruggs. They're confident in Edwards. They have a lot of these younger receivers that they're hoping take that next step, because if they don't take the next step, then maybe you go invest into free agency or the draft or what have you. But Aaron Rodgers, I don't think, has any impact whatsoever on the whole Julio Jones move. What up, Miguel? Appreciate you. If you could give an extension to one player on the Raiders right now, who would it be and why? Well, if I'm going to go on offense, Waller already got his, so I guess the first name that comes to my mind on defense is Maxx Crosby, just for the simple fact of he's a young player. He's doing a lot of the right things here for this football team, and over the past 2 seasons has probably been their most reliable defensive threat. I mean, not only is he able to get after the quarterback, but he's also at least been able to play. He played over 900 snaps last season. I mean, when you look at these first 2 years, in 2019, how this man did not win Defensive Rookie of the Year is actually beyond me. Now, I get it. Bosa also had a great year. But, 47 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 14 quarterback hits, 10 sacks, and 11 forced fumbles. Some of those it's 4 forced fumbles. Looks like some of the numbers got switched up. But 0 forced fumbles in 2020. So, all I'm saying is this. Crosby has done all the right things, and he's really helping rebuild this defense in terms of what you're looking to go ahead and go forward with. Plus, he said it himself. He's literally said it to me in my DMs. He wants to be a Raider for life, and that he is proud to be drafted by this organization. He literally got it freaking tattooed on his body. So if I could do an extension right now, it would be for Crosby. Plus, the cap space is a little bit lower right now, and if you could make a deal, something out like what they gave Waller, I'm not saying $9 million per year, but in a player that you believe could be very good for a long time, because if you wait, it's just going to get more and more expensive. So that's why I'm going to go out and give an extension to Crosby. But if you disagree with me, or if you think of another player that you're like, all right, who would I give an extension to right now? I imagine a lot of people out there are going to say Derek Carr. I've said it 100 times. I shouldn't say 100. I'm going to go 43 times I've said it, that I wouldn't actually extend Derek Carr, at least not right now. I'll wait if I need to. But, hey, let me know down in the comments. If you could extend one player right now on the Raiders, who would it be? Let's go to Mad Bet Woodworking. With Yannick adding muscle, our NASCAR package looks to be Koontz, Ferell, Yannick, and Max. Nice. I don't believe that is a question. I just simply believe you are telling me that you think that our NASCAR package, and if you don't know what NASCAR package means, it was made popular by the New York Giants. I feel like almost 10, 15 years ago when they had Jason Pierre-Paul, and it was basically who are the fastest players we could put on the field to be able to get after the quarterback. And in terms of a NASCAR package, yes, I agree with all those guys that you mentioned. That's probably going to end up being the package. Though, don't be surprised if Solly Thomas ends up sliding in there for Ferell, because Ferrell was a lot better against the run last year than he was against the pass. I got LJ Johnson. You're next up here on the Raiders Report. As usual, them Raiders are going to prove them haters wrong again, but this time when we going to start 7-0. I just don't see how the Raiders can start 7-0. Like, their schedule is very tough from top all the way down to bottom. But even if they go 7-0, I'm not really worried about how the Raiders start. I mean, starting the season hasn't been the issue the past 2 seasons. It's been how they finish, because a 7-0 start, you're hoping that they make the playoffs. But, I mean, there was a time last year they were 6-3. They just ended up beating the Chiefs, and everyone on here was like, all right, we're going to the playoffs. And I said here, too, I was like, shit, I think we're going to go to the playoffs. We need to finish the year strong. And until you finish the year strong, I don't really care how the team starts. I don't, because that's what matters, finishing the year strong. So you guys are watching the Raiders Report, and we are live here on YouTube. And as a reminder, we go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Let's go to Adrian Padilla. All right, Mother, are you excited about some of our skilled players putting on weight and muscle like Ruggs, Edwards, and Yannick? I'm excited. Also, good job on the show. Keep it up. I don't know if you mean Mitch and it just autocorrected to Mother, but hey, appreciate the question. Am I excited about some of the players putting on weight? Good weight? Yes. But also with Ruggs, like apparently he put on 12 pounds of muscle. I think it's funny. Apparently Yannick put on 12 pounds of muscle. Ruggs put on 12 pounds of muscle. Brian Edwards is in the best shape of his life. You have to remember, this is the time of the year where everyone is the smartest they've ever been. They know the playbook better than they ever have before. Best shape of their entire life. Like that's like that part of the year. Like that's what June is, right? But when it comes to certain players, am I excited that they're in the weight room? Yes, I am, especially Arnett and Ruggs. Those are the top 2 guys that from everyone that I've talked to, from everyone in the coaching organization for the Raiders has said, those guys need to get in the weight room a little bit more. So who wants to come on the Raiders Report? If you're like, Mitch, I want to come on the Raiders Report. I want to have my face literally right next to you. I want to have a video of me. What I want you to do is type me down in the comments. So if you want to come on the Raiders Report, what I want you to do, type me in the comments and listen up really close. So we're partnering up with the Hi-Ho app. And for those of you that don't really know what this is, it's a really cool free app, by the way, iPhones only, that where you guys can record yourself replying to one of my questions that I've already put out there. And I'm actually going to take all the videos that I get, and I'm going to put them on here on a Raiders mailbag coming up probably in, I don't know, in the next week or so. So if you're curious on how to join and how to get on the show, go to chatsports.com/RaidersHiHo. I know it's like kind of a weird sounding name, but it's Raiders Hi-Ho. It's right down there below. I'll put it in the comments. It's also in the description. So once you go ahead and download the free Hi-Ho app on your iPhone, what I want you to do then is search at Raiders. We literally have the domain name Raiders, so that's pretty awesome. Give us a follow. Reply to my question, and I'm going to find some of my favorite questions there and put them up on an up-and-coming Raiders Report show. I've already believe I have like 12 or 13, and one guy's just chugging a beer. Ask me a question. Tell me what's going on in your life. If you want to chug a beer, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to have a good time, trying to have a little bit more fun, get some more new faces on the Raiders Report because, again, I do this show for y'all, and I want everyone to see y'all as well. So go ahead. Chatsports.com/RaidersHiHo. All right, what's going to be the next question here on the Raiders Report? We got one coming in. It's a big-time super from Larissa Nortenia. If our current receivers don't perform this year, how likely is it the Raiders throw cash at Davante Adams if he makes it to free agency? So I actually really think that he is going to be a free agent next year because I don't see Aaron Rodgers staying, and if Aaron Rodgers doesn't stay, Davante Adams is going to want the hell out of there. He'll make $13.78 million this upcoming season, but then once he hits the free agent market, I mean, he's going to be a top 5 paid wide receiver. I mean, these numbers are absolutely ridiculous. 115 catches, 18 touchdowns, and he missed 2 games. Like, that's 14 games of work. Sure, Rodgers on another level, MVP, that's why he won it, but Adams was also great. So if you're going to go out and get somebody like Davante, I actually think you're probably going to have to go somewhere in like $22, $23 million per year range. At least if I'm his agent, that's what I'm pulling for. And that's still not even the highest paid wide receiver money. And you could make an argument that Adams deserves to be paid like Hopkins got paid. But, I mean, that's still – I guess I'm saying $23 million a year is where I think Adams is going to end up signing, at least next offseason. What up, Daniel? Appreciate it. Mitch, could the reasons some of our boys on defense struggle because they're not playing their natural position they played in college. I don't always like to say like just the natural position they played in college, but I do think that one of the biggest reasons why they struggled last year is because Paul Gunther's defense way too complicated. It's a young football team. 2020 was a hell of a year, and they try to put way too many players in all these different areas. Like, I like the idea that the Raiders want to transform their defense, or they want to find players that love football and that are super versatile. But sometimes you just need to draft the most talented players, and sometimes you just need to put guys in their natural position, not where you think that they could be, or at least where you want them to be. Like, it's just not how it always works. So I'm confident in Bradley's going to be able to simplify the defense. You've already heard multiple Raiders players say that this defense is a lot more easy to digest, and for a young team, that matters. And another big-time signing by, like, Casey Hayward, who's really going to be able to be, like, that player coach out on the field, is really, really going to help it out. All right, this one's coming in from Noamo H. Which wide receiver from Zay, Snead, and John Brown have the best chance of getting cut, and for who? Okay, so I guess out of those three receivers, the best chance of getting cut and for who? All right, I guess we'll first talk about the first three guys. So shout out to Sam for making this one real quick. If you had to pick one of these three receivers to get cut, who would you pick? If you think it's Zay Jones, I want you to type ZJ. Willie Snead, WS. John Brown, JB. So go down in the comments right now and let me know. If I had to pick one to get cut, it's definitely not going to be Brown. It's probably going to be between Jones and Snead. So I'm going to go ahead and type my WS for Willie Snead. And if it's for any player whatsoever, if there's been one dude that's been getting a lot of hype this offseason, it has been the UDFA out of Oklahoma State, Dylan Stoner, who the Raiders like a lot in terms of being a reliable piece. I don't want to compare him to Hunter Renfrow because he's not that type of player. But he's got sure hands. If you're looking to get a first down, that's where he can come in and play. But it also reminds me exactly everything we heard from somebody like, I don't know, Keelan Doss 2 off seasons ago. We're like, all right, this guy's going to make the 53, and then he didn't end up making the 53. So if you all have a question, what I want you to do is go ahead and subscribe to the Raiders Report today and join all of our live shows. We go live every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. The link is below, youtube.com/Raiders Report. If you are already subbed, take it, send it to some of your Raiders fans because I'm getting my butt kicked here and subscribers over the last 28 days with all these other chat sports channels going on. So I want to keep my studio time. I don't want to lose it. I want to be able to still make y'all a whole bunch of videos. So send that link to some Raiders fans and tell them to sub. Let's go to Armando Rodriguez. Ferell will have more sacks than Maxx. It rhymes, however, I disagree. I love Clelin Ferell, and I think he is the most underappreciated Raiders player on the defensive line. However, Ferrell's going to play a lot more DT, and Maxx is going to get a lot more snaps. I get the fact that Crosby only had 7 sacks last season, but there's also a report out there that he played like 10-plus games with a bad shoulder. We've seen what Maxx can do. I am going to put my money and say Maxx is going to have more sacks. However, Clee is a better run stopper and deserves a lot more recognition because he doesn't put up the numbers that Maxx does, but he does a lot in the trenches, and that frees up guys like Maxx to get after the quarterback. All right, we got Tyler M12. I would not say that Koontz will ever be as good as Mack, but he will be good. Saying anybody's going to be as good as Khalil Mack, that's just not fair because Mack, to me, is a top 10 defensive player in the league. You could argue one of the best edge rushers, probably the best edge rusher the Raiders have had in the last 20 years, which maybe isn't saying a lot. But I get that he went to Buffalo, and I get that he's going to be this like third down rusher, but he is talented. He's got good bend to him. You just have to set your expectations at a legitimate pace. Like if he can come away with 5 sacks this year in his rookie year, dude, I would be ecstatic from that number because he's going to play like 25-30% of these roles, a Benson Mayoa type of role. If he can come away with 4 or 5 sacks, it's a good start for the rookie. Now, I asked you all a few days ago to, hey, message me on Instagram, DM me, I got you. And why did I tell you to do that? Because, here at Chat Sports, we're always trying to come up with new ideas, and I'm trying to ask for a little bit of help to get this show continue to grow here. So I want to give a special shout-out to Zach Lemire, 96_Adam. Actually, he had 2 underscores there, which got me. Gordon, 3791. Dante, 247-365. Shit, I might have to change my IG handle. And then the _mortgage_master. You guys help me out, and I appreciate you, so just know that I got you all as well. So if you want to help me, if you want to help the Raiders Report and you're watching the show right now, I want you to DM me on Instagram. I got you. We're a family, right? You're friends with me. At least I hope that you consider me your friends and family. Actually, I'm gonna go on a tangent here. In my family, we call it Franz because my last name's Renz, so friends, family. All right. Regardless, if you got my back, DM me. I got you. All right, let's go to Fred Glaster. What's more likely, a Derek Carr trade or extension? More likely, extension, because I don't see Derek Carr getting traded anytime soon. So I'll say the fact that I've actually seen legitimate reports about an extension, I'm going to go ahead and say Derek Carr extension. But if he does get extended, it's going to be over $30 million a year and last longer than 4 hours. We got Cameron Spro coming up now. What is up, Mitch? Do you think Darren Waller will ball like the last 2 years, or do you see some fall off in 2021? I don't know if he's going to put up the numbers that he did last season because you're going to see an impact from Bryan Edwards. You're going to see Henry Ruggs step up. I think you're also going to see somebody like, Zay Jones even take a little bit of a step up. So, in terms of the overall number of production, his receptions might come down. I believe he had 90 catches last year, 1,145 yards off the top of my head, I believe is the correct number. Nope, not quite. 107 catches, 1,196 yards. But, he had a very, very good season. I believe the 90 catches is what he had the year before. Regardless, Waller is one of the best tight ends in the league. Top 3, no doubt. I'm not going to put him as the number 1 tight end, but his numbers are going to come down. But his numbers can come down because I believe it's going to convert to, more production and him being, the Raiders' offense overall being just, a little bit better.